This is episode 2 of your Napoleon Hill Inspired Lesson Series, and today we're talking about the idea that separates people who build great lives from people who stay stuck in someday, definite major purpose. Hill taught that most people don't fail because they lack talent, they fail because they drift. Drifting is when you wake up and let the day decide who you are. It's when you keep your goals vague, your plans loose, and your standards low, then you wonder why your life feels random. A definite major purpose is the opposite of drifting. It's one clear statement that gives your life direction. It's not just a dream, it's a decision. It's the moment you say, "This is what I'm here to build, and I will not let distraction steal it." When you have a definite major purpose, everything changes. Your mornings become different, your choices become sharper, your confidence starts to rise, and even your pain begins to make sense because now you're suffering for something meaningful, not just suffering without a reason. A definite major purpose doesn't mean you know every detail about your future. It means you know the direction. It's like driving at night. You can't see the whole road, but your headlights show you the next stretch. That's enough. The tragedy of drifting is that you can be busy every day and still be going nowhere. You can work hard, stay stressed, and still feel empty because hard work without purpose becomes a treadmill. A definite major purpose turns your effort into progress. It gives your mind a target, and once your mind has a target, it begins to organize your energy around it. You stop wasting time proving things to people. You stop chasing validation. You stop switching goals every time you feel uncomfortable. You stop quitting because you don't feel like it. Hill would say purpose is the anchor for your thoughts. Without an anchor, your mind floats to fear, doubt, and distraction. With an anchor, you become steady. And here's why this lesson is so powerful. Your purpose doesn't just give you motivation, it gives you identity. It tells you who you are becoming. And when your identity changes, your behavior follows. That's why this episode matters. Because if you're tired of feeling lost, tired of procrastinating, tired of starting and stopping, tired of being consistent for 1 week and disappearing for 3, the answer isn't more hype. The answer is a definite major purpose that you can feel in your bones. Something clear enough to guide you and strong enough to pull you forward even on the days you feel tired. In this episode, we're going to break it down in simple English. What a definite major purpose is, how to choose it even if you feel confused, and how to turn it into a daily compass that keeps you moving. Now let's make it real, because a definite major purpose is not just words on a page. It's a mental command. Hill studied the minds of high achievers, and one pattern kept showing up. They were not scattered. They were focused. They might have had many responsibilities, but they had one main direction. That direction acted like a filter. If something didn't serve their purpose, they said no. If someone tried to distract them, they didn't argue, they didn't explain, they just stayed on mission. This is where most people struggle, especially today. We live in an age of noise. Notifications, trends, opinions, fake urgency, endless comparisons, and everybody acting like they're an expert on your life. Without a definite major purpose, that noise becomes your boss. You end up chasing what's popular instead of chasing what's meaningful. You end up busy but not fulfilled. You end up consuming other people's dreams instead of building your own. A definite major purpose protects you from that. It gives you mental boundaries. It gives you clarity when you feel overwhelmed. Here's a simple way to understand it. Drifting is when your life is shaped by what you react to. Purpose is when your life is shaped by what you choose. And choosing is not a one-time event. It's a daily act of leadership. Purpose doesn't remove difficulty. It gives difficulty a reason. Purpose doesn't eliminate fear. It gives you something bigger than fear. Purpose doesn't guarantee fast results. It gives you the patience to stay consistent until results arrive. That's why purpose and discipline are linked. People often say, "I need motivation," but what they really need is a purpose strong enough to create discipline. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is a decision. A definite major purpose turns decisions into habits. It turns habits into momentum, momentum into confidence, and confidence into bigger actions. Now, some people hesitate because they think purpose must be perfect. They think they need a sign, a miracle, or a guarantee. But Hill would tell you, your purpose becomes clear through commitment, not through waiting. Many people discover their purpose after they begin moving, not before. Your purpose can start as a direction. I will master a skill. I will build a business. I will become financially free. I will become mentally strong. I will create content that changes lives. I will build a life that makes my family proud. The key is not that it's fancy. The key is that it's definite, clear, specific, and connected to action. Purpose is not just what you want. It's what you are willing to work for repeatedly. So if you feel stuck, don't pressure yourself to find the perfect purpose. Start by choosing what you want to move toward, then refine it as you grow. A definite major purpose is like carving a path through a forest. The first walk is messy, the second is clearer, the 10th becomes a trail, the 100th becomes a road. That's how purpose is built, by decision, repetition, and commitment. Here's the part people avoid, but it's the most important. A definite major purpose requires you to stop living for approval. Drifting loves approval because approval keeps you small and safe. A purpose-driven life will sometimes disappoint people who are comfortable with the old you. That's normal. When you choose a definite major purpose, you are choosing a direction that not everyone will understand. Some will call you obsessed, some will call you unrealistic, some will support you in public but doubt you in private. Hill would say this is part of the test. Your purpose is meant to be held by you, not by the crowd. The crowd changes its mind every week. Your purpose must remain steady, and that steadiness becomes your power. This is also where your environment matters. If you surround yourself with people who mock growth, who hate discipline, who fear ambition, you will drift even if you write a beautiful purpose statement. Because your purpose needs fuel, and fuel comes from what you hear, what you consume, and who you let influence you. That's why Hill talked so much about association and the mastermind principle. The mind is shaped by contact. So if you want your purpose to survive, protect it. Protect it from constant negativity. Protect it from endless entertainment that numbs your ambition. Protect it from people who only call you when they want something, but disappear when you're building. Purpose needs quiet. It needs space. It needs routines that support it. Another key point, a definite major purpose is not only about money. Money can be a goal, but purpose goes deeper. Purpose is a reason to get up, a reason to grow, a reason to push through resistance. When you have purpose, you stop asking, how do I feel today? And you start asking, what does my purpose require today? That one question will upgrade your whole life, because feelings change daily, but purpose stays. Purpose helps you do the right thing when the easy thing is tempting. Purpose helps you keep your promises to yourself, and the more you keep your promises, the stronger your self-respect becomes. Self-respect is the foundation of confidence. This is why purpose makes you mentally tougher. It gives you a spine. It gives you standards. It gives you a reason to say no to distractions and yes to growth. And here is something powerful. When your purpose is definite, setbacks become lessons instead of excuses. Rejection becomes redirection. Delay becomes training. Criticism becomes background noise. Because your mind is locked on the mission. A person with a definite major purpose doesn't stop every time life bumps them. They adjust and continue. They don't panic. They plan. They don't complain. They build. He'll believe that the mind becomes what it repeatedly focuses on. So if you repeatedly focus on your purpose, you eventually become the person who achieves it. Not because it's magic, but because focus changes behavior. Behavior changes habits, and habits change outcomes. Now let's end this episode with a simple system you can actually use today to create your definite major purpose and make it real. First, write your purpose in one clear sentence, not 10 sentences. 1. Example. My definite major purpose is to become financially free by building a profitable media brand that teaches mindset and discipline. Or, my definite major purpose is to master my craft and build a business that gives me freedom and stability. Keep it simple but specific. Second, attach a time frame that is realistic but motivating. You don't need a perfect date, but you need direction. Within 3 years. Within 5 years. Third, write the price you will pay. This is where most people avoid honesty. The price might be discipline, less scrolling, earlier mornings, studying, saving money, practicing a skill daily, leaving certain environments, saying no more often, and being consistent when you don't feel like it. Purpose without price is fantasy. Purpose with price becomes power. Fourth, write the daily minimum action, not a huge plan. A minimum, I will work on my purpose 45 minutes a day. I will post one short daily. I will study 30 minutes daily. The daily minimum is what kills drifting. Fifth, read your purpose out loud every morning and every night. Hill believed repetition impresses the subconscious mind. When you repeat your purpose with emotion, your mind begins to look for ways to make it real. Your brain starts noticing opportunities you used to ignore. Your confidence rises because you are becoming consistent with your direction. Sixth, track proof. Every day, write one small proof that you lived in your purpose. A workout, a finished task, a lesson learned, a difficult conversation handled with maturity, a temptation resisted. Proof builds belief, belief builds persistence, persistence builds results, and finally, stay flexible on the route but stubborn on the destination. Life may redirect you. Your first plan might fail. Your first idea might change. That's not failure. That's refinement. The purpose is the North Star, not the exact map. As we close episode 2, remember this. Drifting is not your personality. It's a habit, and habits can be replaced. The cure is decision. A definite major purpose is a decision you keep, a direction you honor, a promise you live. And if you want a challenge for the next 7 days, do this. Write your definite major purpose in one sentence, read it morning and night, and take one daily action that proves you mean it. By the end of the week, you will feel something shift. More clarity, more confidence, more discipline, because you are no longer drifting. You are building. And when you build with purpose, you stop feeling lost, because your life finally has a direction that you chose.